All right, here's our second example. And this one is pretty much just about rectangles, or it could be about a square since they both have right angles. But this one uses some properties that we learned also earlier in the year. So again, I have some coordinates. I have 3, 6, and 1, -5. So I'm going to draw myself a little grid so that maybe I can see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to put in my point 3, 6. So 3, 6, that's A. And then 1, -5 is down here. And those are, it says A, B, C, D is a rectangle. So somewhere, some direction, we have some other sides that when you put them together make a rectangle. And I made those dotted because I don't know where it goes. It could go off the other direction. We just don't know. But so we know AB, and we know that rectangles have 4 right angles. So wherever these corners are, those are all going to be right angles, which means the segments are perpendicular, right? Right angles happens when things are perpendicular. And we want to know, it says, what's the slope of BC? Well, we don't have a C, but we have an A and a B. So I'm going to start by finding the slope of AB. And if you don't remember your slope formula, you can Google it or look back through some algebra papers you might have. You subtract the y coordinates on the top, so 5 minus 6, and you subtract the x coordinates on the bottom, 1 minus 3, and then, and then I'm going to simplify that, -11 over -2, which is 11 over 2. Now, that's AB. That's the slope for the segment that they give us. We want to know the slope of BC. Now, since we said right angles happen when lines are perpendicular, back in the unit before this, we talked about perpendicular things and their slopes. And we said things that were perpendicular had slopes that are opposite reciprocals. And hopefully you hear that and go, oh yeah. Okay, so the slope of BC, we'll just say that this is B here. The slope of BC is going to be the opposite reciprocal of 11 over 2. So the reciprocal means you have to flip the fraction over. So it's going to be 2 over 11. The opposite part means you change the sign. So since this is positive, our final answer is going to be negative. So the slope of BC is going to be -2/11.